Good morning. Plenty of red flags yesterday. Hope that did put you off. I did pass it on to you in case you wanted to play, and if, like me, you felt that, or you expected Italy's defence to be a lot more robust than it was. I expected them to keep the Swiss to a single goal, but this is what you face in a 2.5, the favourite match. The market's telling you it's too tough to read. Shouldn't have got involved. Germany and Denmark. Well, it's another match in the round of 16 with 2 goals scored. Although the first was a penalty, and we had a disallowed goal as well from the Danes, so it could have been a lot tighter. But this is what you're expecting in these round of 16s. We're starting to see the goals flowing, which is indeed the case for England in 2020. They started scoring 2 goals in the round of 16. The quarterfinals and the semi-finals. So 1.42 today against Slovakia, a side I know little about. I don't even know their ranking without looking it up. They're not top 19. Let's see if we can find Slovakia. 45th in the world. So that gives you an idea of who they're around. Scotland are higher ranked than them. Norway, who didn't get to the tournament, 46. Turkey is still in there, but a couple of wins. So that gives you a kind of a cue as to what to expect. England, they've got some excellent players on the bench who haven't played yet. I would expect to see, particularly from an attacking point of view, the likes of Cole Palmer and perhaps Anthony Gordon, if fresh legs are required in the second half. The Superettan today, a couple of odds-on favourites. Well, 3 odds-on favourites. Again, it's just going to go on the back burner. But if there is anything strong, stats-wise, I will pass it on to you. Spain are playing the lowest ranked side from Europe in Georgia, 74th. So you can see around them, Northern Ireland, Bosnia. So that's the kind of challenge that Spain have, challenge in inverted commas. So we expect a comfortable evening for Spain. And I'm expecting, or I hope, that England will start reverting to 2+ goals. It makes their life a lot easier, particularly if they concede. They can still nab the win. So very little known of Slovakia, their strengths and weaknesses. Do read the preview. I wouldn't know where to start with the Slovakia at all. So let's have a look. Possible winner, England 2-1 again. So that does fit in with the 2 goal. But what on earth is the research doing going under 2.5 goals here? Considering that only one of the 6 group stage games involved 2 sides over 2.5 goals, low scoring affair. Well, I would hope that this reverts to Euro 2020. I'll show you again. 2 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals, all of a sudden, after a 0-0 and a 0-1, which is reminiscent of 2024's group matches. So it's conflicting research. I must admit, these one-off matches, they're very, very hard to trade and to read, as you saw with Switzerland yesterday. But we've got odds-on favourites. Spain will be the easiest to read, of course. We're playing 74th in the world. Research has gone for 3-1, which fits in with a 1.2 quote, as does the potential for a goal before half-time. Finnish Veikkausliiga, Guineaston and Ekenas, 2 newly promoted sides. Lay Ekenas if Ekenas score first. That's my angle here. Both teams scored all defeats for Ekenas this season. Only 1 clean sheet for Guineaston, so they're likely to concede. HJK Helsinki playing Mariehamn. Only 3 defeats for HJK. They failed to score only twice. 3 consecutive wins now. Only 1-0 at half-time. Possibility of a goal before half-time there as well. Viking and Rosenborg in Norway. Rosenborg can't beat the top 7. They're playing 5th today. They have scored 2+ goals in the last 2 matches, but we will see what comes of that. Both teams have scored in 7 of the last 8 matches as well. Superettan, Landskrona and Östersund. Market looks about right here. Unbeaten in 6 at home, Landskrona. Last 4 0-0s at half-time saw second half goals. That's another potential angle. Orgrit and Skovda. Orgrit have scored in the last 7 at home. If Skovda can only win 1-0, they look layable with insurance if they're leading. Trelleborg and Oster. Oster look good on seasonal form, but Trelleborg are unbeaten against the top 8. It's 7th against 3rd today. So this is going to be an interesting match. I wouldn't necessarily be with the market here. And again, readability is a concern when you're trading. You want readable matches that you can rely upon. We're going to skip Sunday. There's no tennis of interest, but Monday's Grand Slam begins, and my immediate focus will be on the shorties. 1.05 Daria Kasatkina, well worth laying. At the off at those odds. A Yaz trade, the only way is up. Similar story, Madison Keys with her magnificent teeth. Sabalenka, 105. So those will give you short odds lays, and you just never know in Grand Slam tennis, particularly 2 Americans meeting each other. And we've got Navarro against Wang. So we've got some familiar names since I started a focus on tennis. And in the men's game, don't forget, it's the best of 5, first to 3. Plenty of leeway, particularly 108. It's a long way to go to get a 3-set win at 1.08. Absolutely madness to lay any player on a Grand Slam or back any player on a Grand Slam at 1.1 or lower. Absolute madness. Alcaraz did get beaten by Draper. He is gettable, and you've got to lay him at 1.02. He might get a muscle injury. Something might happen. But the only way is up, really, at 101. 101 does suggest a 3-0 set win, though. Kekmanikov and Sonego, Taro Paul, Yannick Sinner. It's a 3-setter. It's a Grand Slam. They're far too short. Got to be laid. So that's the way I'd focus initially. We also take our cues from the market. We've got plenty of very short odds on favourites. Don't forget the women's game. It's a lot more urgent if they lose the first set. So watch out. The likes of Maria Sakkari lose the first set. Kostyuk, they've got to react. Elise Mertens did have that retirement a couple of matches ago, but since then she's gone back to winning ways. And I haven't been backing her because of that injury concern. It was, I think it was against Dolehide. So it's only as recently as the 20th of June. It's only 10 days gone. But she did have a win. And again, here, did she retire? So she's retired twice, Elise Mertens. So I would be targeting her to be laid. There might be an issue. Retiring twice in 10 days. There might be an issue. So watch out there. If you can, read these previews. They are brilliantly written, completely free. Do a lot of the legwork for you as far as telling you about recent form. So I'm looking forward to Wimbledon. I'll be up and around for that for the duration of Monday to compensate really for what is going to be a quietish Sunday. And the Euros, for me, better enjoyed than traded, as you saw with Switzerland yesterday. Although, certainly if Slovakia score first, I would be taking them on. Similar story, Georgia. Lowest ranked side, near to Northern Ireland in the rankings. So that just suggests that Spain should have a really comfortable evening. I'll be up and about today for the league football. If there is anything, I'll pass it on. But we are very near now to a start of the football season proper when August arrives. Getting my calendar wrong. So you can tell here, if they go this far, when is the footy season starting? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got the Olympics as well. Right. So that might delay it a little further. The League Cup on the 13th of August. Exciting stuff. But when is the football beginning? 10th of April? Championship? So we're very near to the mayhem. Premier League, 17th of August. Stick that in your notebook. Ipswich against Liverpool. And of course, the Championship starts the week before, along with a few other leagues. 10th of August, stick that in your diary, because you're going to see trades throughout. This is where I make my dough, league football. Unlike the Euros, very, very readable, chock full of back stats to work off, patterns, chock full of familiar faces, familiar teams. We know their weaknesses, we know their strengths, we know they're very readable, and we know we're going to make a lot of money between August and April. So sit on my hands. If there isn't a trade, I don't want to scratch an itch like I did yesterday with the Swiss. I want to make sure if there is a strong play that you know about it. So I'll see you for Sweden. I'll see you for the England match. I'll be watching that. Or I'll be using it to help me sleep, as has been the case in the qualifiers. I'll be there for the Finnish Veikkausliiga 2 o'clock kickoffs, nice and early for me. And we've got the single Norwegian Eliteserien match, which looks very readable as well, if the seasonal patterns continue on through. So it's our usual summer leagues. Have a great day. Quiet for the tennis. So if you have a moment, please use Tennis24. Go and have a look on Monday and have a read of the odd preview or two, or even star matches which catch your eye. I think Heather Watson is a wild card, Guernsey's finest. She's unlikely to land a blow in this tournament. Have a great day, and I'll see you throughout the day for members of footballtradingprofits.com on Telegram.